President Trump signed an executive order in March requiring Treasury Department payments to be made electronically, eliminating paper checks, including Social Security checks and supplemental security income. The order said it cost the government more than $657 million a year to maintain the physical infrastructure and specialized technology needed for handling paper checks. This will affect the roughly 494,000 beneficiaries who still were receiving paper Social Security checks as of June 2025, according to the Social Security Administration. Many of those beneficiaries include people over age 80, people in rural locations without internet access, and people with intellectual or physical disabilities, analysts said. A significant portion of the oldest over 80 and 90, are not internet savvy or connected. They are also more likely to be isolated without a younger adult to help them with their finances, said Teresa Ghilarducci, an economist and professor at the New School for Social Research and an expert on retirement. Though no one will probably lose benefits, it might lead to a delay in getting benefits. For people who depend upon Social Security for most of their income, there could be significant levels of anxiety about paying bills, Ghilarducci added. The move towards digital payments such as direct deposits has been a long time coming. In 2010, the Treasury Department published a final rule to gradually eliminate paper checks for federal benefit payments. My top priority is to turn the Social Security Administration into a model of excellence, one that operates at peak efficiency, Social Security Commissioner Frank Bisignano said in a statement. There is a renewed sense of urgency to deliver real results for our beneficiaries, and we're just getting started on our mission to implement transformative, agency-wide improvements. Americans have waited long enough for better service, and we can't afford to wait any longer. Eliminating paper checks, however, will affect the most vulnerable populations, including those who lack bank accounts and internet access, as well as unhoused beneficiaries who may get their Social Security checks delivered to P.O. boxes, said Mary Johnson, an independent Social Security and Medicare analyst. In 2023, 4.2% of all U.S. households, or about 5.6 million households, were unbanked or lacked bank accounts, according to the Federal Deposit Insurance Corp. The reasons cited for not having a bank account included a lack of trust in banks, not having enough money to meet account minimums, account fees and concerns about privacy, according to the FDIC. Those who lack bank accounts were more likely to be lower-income households, less educated households, Black, Hispanic, and American Indian or Alaska Native households, working-age households with a disability, and single-parent households, the FDIC said. How to make the switch? The Social Security Administration has requested that beneficiaries create or update their online accounts to provide direct deposit information. Call the agency at 800-772-1213, or make an appointment at a local field office. Even those with bank accounts may struggle with electronic payments. Only 19.3% of households aged 65 or older used mobile banking as their primary source of banking, according to the FDIC. This will be difficult for those who don't have internet access, Johnson said. It may lead to delays. I suspect a few Social Security recipients could potentially lose access to their benefits altogether, at least temporarily, unless they take the right steps quickly. Even simple banking can become a challenge when there may be memory and cognitive issues, Johnson added. I don't believe the perfect option really exists on this, especially for seniors with intellectual challenges who are home alone. Online banking can be an obstacle for the cognitively disabled and blind, and those who can't afford a smartphone or the internet fees. Beneficiaries without a bank account can get a prepaid debit card for their Social Security benefit payments. With the Direct Express Card program, the federal benefit payment directly deposits onto a debit card that can be used to make purchases, pay bills or get cash. In extremely rare circumstances, the Treasury Department may grant exceptions to the electronic payment mandate, according to the Social Security Administration. To request a waiver, call the Treasury Department at 855-290-1545. The idea that the government is serving us has been turned around. There should be freedom and flexibility for the people who need and want paper checks, said Nancy Altman, president of the advocacy group Social Security Works. The people this will affect, probably the oldest the homeless and some with disabilities. This will make life more inconvenient and hard for them. It's a symbol of people in power having less and less of a sensitivity to those people who may be struggling.